Let me tell you a story about Bando5. So story time. Today, the story starts very nicely, very promising, but it's unfortunately ending up as pieces and unpleasant situations, unflown batteries, and in general, this story is not ending well. So the story is about AXISFLYING BANDO5. So the frame was released maybe less than a year ago. And in a moment I saw the frame, the first video, when I saw the AXISFLYING video, I mean, I was amazed because that was a different color. And that was the time when there wasn't around so much colorful frames. And most of the pilots was trying to build a drone with different colors, TPU, LEDs and everything. And in a moment I saw Bando5, I thought that, oh my God, it looks so cool, I want it. And I literally went to AliExpress and I ordered the blue version of it. And I think I was actually one of the first actually reviewing this frame on YouTube. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, the videos which I released was quite promising. I mean, I even compared it to Era and that it's better and so on. And I'm still holding to that idea that as a frame, how it flies, the control and everything, it is slightly better maybe than Era. But my Era is not completely tuned, so I can't compare it in that way. And plus, Bando5 is true X-frame, so that is probably giving it that good feeling. And as it's true X-frame, you can see the props in the view completely. They are like 70% of your screen is props. I mean, and that was probably the first feeling which I got as a wow, I love it. I love how it flies, how it looks and everything. You have this immersive feeling when you see the props spinning and everything, and especially if you make a video and you add the sound, I mean, that is different level in my opinion. And then I started to fly with it. And even on that video, I was mentioning that we'll see how it will go. And in the last video, which I was doing regarding analog, and as I was testing out with Deep Space Seeker 5, and probably you assumed that something is wrong with Bando5. So the video before, when I was making a video where I made Bando5 as an analog, I was flying with it and it was good, everything. I went to Bando to test how it is in a Bando, and I was flying and enjoying analog as a thing, and plus the drone is flying good and locked and everything. And I crashed. So, and unfortunately that was the last video from my Bando5 because I broke again the arm. They have spare arms, it's not a problem. But it wasn't even a hard crash. It was just, I was trying to do something and it fell down and it literally broke the arm. So, and here is where is the story starts to be a little bit off, because as a frame, it looks amazing. I mean, the new sort of design with CNC aluminum here, which is holding VTX here and everything, but that is the first thing which was, I was like, are they sure that this can protect my VTX? And when the time was passing, I understood that this wasn't the biggest issue of this frame. So arms, as in Axis Flying, is advertised as 7 millimeters. And in that moment, when I saw that, was sort of like a wow, I was like, 7 millimeters, yes. But the weight of the drone is so light. And I mean, I was like, yeah, okay, maybe they used some, you know, special carbon or special whatsoever, but they didn't. And 7-inch arms, it's basically one big gimmick of Bando as a thing, because if you get the new arm, because this is already second arm, and I didn't replace it yet on this drone, but I'm not sure that I will. Here is the arm. They are cheap. They are cheap. They are like $7. But how they send it, I received it literally in 4 days from Axis Flying, but I paid like double the price of the arm in import taxes. So that was like a little bit like 7-inch arms, wow. And then you go on this side. Let's take closer look to actual frame and how, in my opinion, it's made. So here we have an arm, and as you see, 7 millimeters is here. And then this part, which is going actually in the frame, is actually, it's not focusing, it's actually 5 millimeters. And as you can see here, this is brand new arm. As you can see, there is already some issues with painting or layers and stuff like that. Sorry, and you see, there is the thing. This additional 1 millimeter on top and 1 millimeter on the bottom is what is giving you sort of feel of 7 millimeter arms. But this, the top, is basically a gimmick. And the feel of the arm is, it's so light, it seems like it's plastic. So, and if you see here, where is the frame? This part it looks like literally like cut. And that is the part which is going inside. So basically what is happening, in a moment here you can see. You see, in a moment you crash, the inner part, which is the aluminum, is pressing on the top part. And as you can see, it's already starting to break. I mean, it's unbelievably not durable as a thing. Yes, okay, I crashed it a couple of times. The main plate and the aluminum ones, they hold amazing, but in the same time, arms. And why I'm thinking that this, which is the on top, those millimeters, they are probably the cheapest, the cheapest carbon which you can have, because if you see here, look, Okay, maybe I'm tightening it way too hard, the motor, but you see, the motor actually broke the top part of the carbon. I mean, and that's as I was telling this, which is basically here behind, which holds your VTX, I thought that that will be a problem, but unfortunately that is not the problem of this frame. I mean, now you saw how is this frame. I mean, this is 7-inch arms, okay? The weight difference. So here I have Ferrum 50, which as well have 7-inch arms. The weight difference of the actual carbon arms is not even close to this, which Bando 5 is sort of promoting. It's good frame. It looks amazing. I mean, when you build, especially now when I see the videos of people unboxing the already Band5s and everything and so on, and they are flying, and I have this little urge inside to comment on those videos and tell, listen, what the fuck you've done? I mean, but that only is from perspective of person who actually wants to improve and learn FPV freestyle. I'm not saying that this puzzle called Bando5, unfortunately, that is only a name. It's not even close to actual Bando frame, which you could be. Yes, I know that in the videos of AXISFLYING, it's showing how it's crashing and this and that. But none of them actually shows the moment when you crash and you see the crash down, another crash down, and this, but none of them actually see the crash and then you go with the camera to see the drone. None of them. So maybe I'm unlucky, maybe. But in the same time, I know a lot of people who bought this frame who are enjoying to flying with it. I mean, but as well, I know the people who crashed with it on first crash on the grass and it's just broke. I mean, exactly as I was showing the connection here, how it is actually, I mean, that looks completely wrong. I have ERA, which is 5-inch arms, 6-inch arms, sorry, my bad, 6-inch, on Manamo 6-inch, 6 millimeters arms, I'm all the time inches anyway, you understood. With that one I crossed how many times? And the latest one which I'm bashing around is Seeker 5. I mean, that frame starting to be something which I wasn't expecting. Anyway, that is completely different video if you want to see, or probably I will actually make a video where I will just go back and review Seeker 5 as a Bando frame. But this video is about this. As I was telling in the beginning, I'm not saying that this is bad frame and each person who got it, they got scammed or whatsoever. No, the frame flies amazing. But even then, I mean, unless you are getting it with analog, which you will not be using the footage or DVR from actual camera, but you will stick like any other camera on top. I mean, in that case, it's nice cruiser, nice, I assume Sabang maybe or whatsoever. I mean, this kind of freestyle in open fields, in around the trees, big gaps, and matties and all this. I mean, this frame, what is made for? It's not made for bandos. So there is the thing. If you are planning to get this frame, think what kind of flying you will be doing. If you want the frame, which you will be flying exactly as I mentioned, in a field, big gaps between trees and power loops and this, a lot of tricks in the air and so on. I mean, go for it. You will love it. You will love it. But if your purpose to getting this because you was, I'm sorry, dumb as I, and got the, oh, Bando5, that will be Bando bashing now. No. If your plan is actually to fly in bandos and close proximity with the high risk of learning new things, because that is a separate as well video where I could actually explain how is the FPV as a thing, because a lot of people is taking, let's say, vapor or whatsoever, sticking out two big antennas and flying around. It's a band of freestyle. No, it's not. No, it's not. You will never see the band of actual freestyle pilot who have antennas sticking out. Never. Just forget about it. I mean, this is how it is. And how many FPV pilots you actually see with all LEDs and fucking UFO flying around, UFO flying around. I mean, yes, as a thing. And this is what this frame is for. It's not bando frame. Don't get in this trap. No matter what people is saying, what videos you see or whatsoever, I assume that in a moment you are already in high level of FPV and your skills is very good, then you could just take it and fly it in bando, yes, because you will literally not crash as a thing, because you already know the bando, you know everything and this. Then in that case, yeah, I will say there is Bando5. I mean, other than that, unfortunately, AXISFLYING, it's just a name. Don't fool the people with frame, which is in the name literally saying bando, when it's not capable of even withstanding 2-3 crashes. I understand, I was mentioning before, the arms is very cheap. They are $7 on their website. I mean, you could get 10 of them and change every flight one arm. I mean, it's not an issue. And the main frame, the body, is well made, it's strong. And as you were seeing, I have some scratches here. The screws is perfect, everything. I mean, I love this. But this needs to be changed, They need to figure out the way maybe to reinforce it with some another design or whatsoever. Because this 5mm, this part, it will literally break. It will break. And now I'm doing this and I have a feeling that it's actually bending. I mean, I'm sorry, this is the story of Bando5. So let's discuss down if you have this frame and what is your experience with it. But unfortunately, for me, this story didn't end well. And probably this actually is the end of story about Bando5.